Look what I just got in the mail. A box from GFI Systems. What could it be? Pfft. Solo Ventus, the new pedal. I was gonna do an unboxing, but there's no point. It's already here. Look at it. Right there. It's already there. It's on the board. I actually used it at rehearsal last night, and I thought, you know what? Instead of just opening it up and showing you all the sounds it can make, because there are a few videos out there that do that already, they just go through all the presets, I'm going to show you how I'm using it and let you hear some of the sounds. I haven't really dug into the reverbs yet, so in the second half of this video, I might scroll through some of the reverbs and see how they sound too, because that's pretty interesting. But here's the board. You can kind of see. Do yourself a favor, if you have Tonex, go get Tone Shepherd's ProSonic AC30 captures. I have access to a lot of captures, and I have scrolled through and taken hours of my free time in the night just scrolling through different captures. And at least with that guitar, that Revolta right there, these two, the ProSonic and the AC30 EQ'd, I can't get away from it. They are so good live. In the studio, sometimes through studio monitors, I actually will go through the cleanest captures and they sound really good too. But live, when I get to the building, those EQ'd ones are just yes, they're so good. So do yourself a favor. Last night during rehearsal, Solo Ventus, if you don't know, GFI, thank you for sending it. They did send me this pedal for free. I get to keep it. Sometimes I say, hey, this is not sponsored. It's sponsored in that they gave it to me, but they did not say I had to make a video. They did not tell me what to say in the video. They're just like, hey, would you like to try it out? And of course I said I would make a video because I've seen videos on this. I knew it was amazing. If you don't know as well, I'm kind of auditioning pedals right now for a big pedal board build. We're kind of in a little bit of a series. So if this is the first video you've seen in that series, you might want to go check out some of the other videos where I dive a little bit deeper into the H90, which I'm using today as well. And I'll explain that in a second. I need to dig deeper into the Microcosm, auditioning that one as well. But for this week, the Solo Ventus booted this off. And I'm gonna show you how I'm using it. Like I said, I went straight to the delays because the reverbs in the H90 are just so good. And so I knew I had songs set up. I'm using different banks here. I have Our God is Alive, Christ Be Magnified, and actually going back to the first preset for the third song. And then right here, I have this Holy Spirit shimmer sound. So that's what I'm using the H90 for. We'll hear some of that, but I'm gonna toggle that off for now. What I have here is basically the same thing. I have our first song, Our God is Alive, boom, Christ Be Magnified, and then Bound for Glory. You can see I'm using analog tape on all of these. I'm routing them differently. Whoops, still getting used. I touched something. Don't touch that. Stop it. There we go. I'm running this one in dual mono, this one in series, and this one in dual mono. And we'll get to hear what that sounds like. I'm also going to take you over to the computer screen because that makes it easy to see everything. Some of the critiques that I've had is when I've gone to mess with the time, it was bugging out on me. It did a couple times. So I don't know. It's not really doing that now. Let's see. Boop, boop, boop. No, it's all good. I'm going to leave that and go back. But yesterday when I was messing with it, there was the screen would flicker. I also updated the firmware. So maybe that's why it probably solved it. And I finally got the software to work. So we'll look on the software so you can see all the different things that are hidden in the menus. It helps me to be able to see it on screen. So then when I go to the menus, I know what I'm looking for, if that makes sense. So let me let you hear what it sounds like. Then we'll dig into the menus. Here's my clean tone without compression. Those are the EQ'd version. Here are the clean captures. Compression. There we go. I have my overdrive. Love it. Sounds good. Here are my reverbs. Now, Solis Ventus. Here's the first song. So what I have going on here, and I'll show you on the screen in a bit, is that I have an analog delay set to quarter. I have a tape delay set to quarter. And then I'm just running them in dual mono. So one's on one side and one's on the other. And then there's also this, like, what's it called? There's a left and right slapback that kind of allows them to blend with each other a little bit. But basically one's on one side, one's on the other. And it kind of gives even more stereo width. And I have two different amps, one on the right, one on the left. So it really makes the tone huge. And with the reverb. Second song, a little bit more ambient, so I'm running them in series. Christ be magnified. I have a dotted eighth tape running into a quarter analog. This other preset, I'm running dual mono as well, just two different sounds on each side. Yeah, so that's how I'm using it. Let me show you on the computer, and then we will dig into some reverbs. I'm sorry, I lied, not yet. Two things I love about the pedal itself for live play is that they are these mix knobs that you can, so like if I thought that my reverb and my delay was too wet, I can immediately quickly just adjust the wet. They even have like where you were coming from. Like I was previously at 54, but now I want to be a little less. I love that. I think that's really good for playing live. You just got to reach down and adjust something. Same with the time. Like you can come here and just change the BPM. One of the things I noticed is it skips like 4 BPM per thing, but it shows me where I was at. So I can get close to 140. You have to click the button and then turn to get your single digits. It took me a while to learn that. So hopefully that was helpful for somebody. Let's go to the computer. All right, here's SV Studio right here. You can manipulate stuff in real time and hear it. So we will do some of that. You have each side right here. You have your analog, which is your Y side. I have a tape over here, which is the X side. Right here, I have decided to run dual mono. You can do parallel or series. You can even see how they're routed down here. If I were to change it, you can see it'd be series. Your signal comes in and flows through both. Or you can do parallel where it comes in, it goes through both independently and then comes back out. Dual mono is where I had it. So let's just listen to one delay right now. This is the analog. And you hear that's only on one side because I have dual mono. Let's run it in series real quick. That's just one delay. You're actually hearing that slapback. Let me take that off. That's stereo, but in order to get that slapback feel, you can even crank it all the way up to like a dotted eighth, golden ratio, quarter triplet, and eighth note, where it would sound like this. Which might be cool to play with. I liked it down here where it's just barely, what I have it on, like 19, 20 milliseconds. And then I turned this off and I went over to my tape and I wanted to hear what that sounded like. And it sounds like this. You gotta turn it on. That one's a little bit more tapey, a little bit more wobbly, and that way when you put them both on, it can get a little crazy when they are not running dual mono. This is series. Doesn't sound bad. Parallel. Or dual mono. Okay, I'm gonna run it back in series. I'm gonna turn this one off so we can focus on one delay at a time. This is how you change parameters. You can click on something and then you just drag this parameter bar around. So your repeats is how long the tail is. It will oscillate on itself, and you have all these different parameters that you can adjust. Down here, you can make sure that your trails are on. You can go from preset to preset and adjust how long it takes for one preset to spill over to the next. You can do infinite, like if you had a drone on one and you wanted that drone to carry over and you went to another preset, it would still carry over, which is pretty cool. One other important thing I wanted to show you, there is a little bit of a glitch here sometimes, like when I go to this right here. See, on this side, it's 72. On this side, I was trying to make it 140. And when I go to save it, boom, it saves right back to 136. Still a little bit of glitchiness with this BPM thing. I was telling you how it was acting on the pedal, but it sounds like it's right. It sounds like the numbers are just off. You can adjust the input pad and the trim. There's also this dynamics part here that you can adjust the ducking or the gate, which will allow your notes to come through. So the repeats did not get in the way until I stopped playing, which can be good if you have a real ambient, a lot going on, but you still want your initial attack, the transient of your note, to come through. One more thing I wanted to talk about is this, let me just go back to this preset, is this crossover right here. When you turn the crossover on, you can do it here or here. You can choose a low pass and high pass on each of the effects and on which side you want. Let me go to dual mono again so we can hear what it's doing. I turned it on. It put a high pass filter on one side and a low pass filter on the other. And then you can adjust in real time where this crossover happens between what, like 400? Oh yeah, it says right there, and 2500. And then you could also switch them. you should be wearing headphones, or at least turn your phone sideways so you can hear what it's doing. I think that would be helpful in creating like a really cool ambient preset where you might want your reverb to have a low pass and your delays to have a high pass, or vice versa, which I'm going to play with that here in a second. Did we talk about everything? I think we did. So there's a lot. This is where you select all your different delays. Here's your different reverbs. Analog, tape, and digital are like my go-to. You also have these dual, and some of them have reverb built in. I know this reverse has, let me turn this off so you can hear it. Reverse has reverb mix built in. Now, I didn't save it, so it went right back. I did notice that when I had that like trail on, let me do this spillover infinitely. Let me go back to something like an ambient delay, and I'll put the repeats for a long time. And when I switch presets over here to 1B to 1C, I'm not going to save it. It's got this whole thing. I'm not going to save it because I have it dialed in for Sunday. But when I switch over, even though there's spillover, it does seem like there's this little cut. Let's see. A little bit of a cut. Okay, let's dial in something cool and play with this crossover. So here are some reverbs. Cool that you can do that. That you can switch the low pass and high pass crossover. I think that's really cool. Here's a preset. Okay, let's scroll through some more of these reverbs. That's kind of fun. I used to have a GFI reverb. It was not the Specular Tempest, but it was the other one that's just the reverb. I think it was like a version 3, and it had this Spatium algorithm in it, and I loved it. Shimmer. I wonder if we put a, well, here's a modulated reverb. Probably like an RV5 or something, but let's go to this something like a shimmer reverb, turn it all the way up. And come over here and do another shimmer reverb, and then put it in dual mono and turn the crossover on. What would that do? You can play with it, but man, it's kind of like two different shimmers right there. Okay, thank you for watching. I could stay here all day. One other thing I wanted to show you. Check this out. So I was talking about this mix knob right here, which is cool, but it's also touchscreen. You can bring up the mix, up and down the mix with this touchscreen, which is kind of Kind of cool, right? Is that cool or is it kind of gimmicky? Let me know down in the comments. What other things do you want to know about the Solis Ventus? Again, thank you GFI for sending it to me. I really appreciate it. It sounds amazing. I will see if it's going to go on my new board. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Goodbye.